Well, it took a while for them to get the grips with the game, but when they did, they were very impressive. And there's been 3 teams this weekend have come through. Ardbow, Clonturret and Breda, all with serious credentials. And Ardbow now go forward to a prelim next Sunday at 1 o'clock at St Paul's in a quarter-final. And that is against Armagh champions Dromintee. And remember, we still haven't had Dungiven or 4 Masters in the tournament. It's really hotting up in time for Christmas, and Chrissy McCaig on the coaching there with Ardbow will be delighted with his team's performance. Paul, at the final whistle there, I mentioned Chrissy being happy coming onto the pitch, but of course all the management must be delighted with that.
Delighted maybe with the result, but maybe in parts of the performance we wouldn't be delighted with it at all. Coming into the game we knew it would be difficult. We had a good look at Portland on in the Anthem final with a video of that. We knew rightly that they're made of stern stuff and that they're never out of games. I think in the semi-final of their own championship they're down 4 or 5 points and they come back and clawed it back. And again today we rode our luck at times. We rode our luck at times right from the very beginning when we hit the crossbar and we got away with that. And we know we're lucky enough to get out of here today. The result, yes, we're happy with. The performance, probably not so. We're going to sit down and look at it now, to be honest.
You scored 5 goals and won well in the end. Yeah, it took you a while to get to grips with it in the first half, but are you not being a bit hard on your team there?
Not really. Not really. If we set a standard, when we look back at themselves and know that they coughed up a lot of possession, a lot of Portland scored a lot from counter-attacks. Something we pride ourselves on, keeping better control of the ball today. Portland put us under pressure, like it's a two-way street, and that you have to give them credit for that too.
Foundation, as always, for an Ardbow team is their defence and good cornerback play and good blocking. Faye Devlin was behind us here watching it, and you had boys out there like JP Doris and putting in blocks as well. And defensively, you were so solid. I mean, you scored 5 goals, but there was no way they were going to score even 1.
No, that's their plan. Defenders always to say decide who wins games and forwards behind much. That's no adage, but we pride ourselves in defending really solid. Not giving away frees. We're conscious of giving away 2-point frees with Owen Doherty. Here we've seen a good look at him, and you get a good look at him today with his 2-pointers. Just we were conscious of that, and we had to be in our game and defence.
But when you went forward, you were devastating. I mean, the 5 goals were terrific. Dara Devlin was terrific. Now, there was 1 goal down there. I think it was the 3rd one. I'm not sure it was meant as a fantastic pass, but it turned out to be.
Yeah, it turned out. Yeah, I think Darren Madoon ended up finishing that one. It turned out, I don't know if it was a shot or a pass, but he done really well to take control of the ball in a small area, and a lot of people would rush it, but he took his time and picked his place very nicely, and we were happy enough with Dara.
I was thinking maybe Dara Devlin for player of the match for his goals, but maybe from what we've talked about, you'd prefer to pick a defender.
Oh no, I'm not looking aside of Dara Devlin. Immense for by the scores he hit. He was also an out on kickouts and all as well. And he can get back and defend too. We expect everyone to do that. Everyone's equal.
Now this weekend, 3 teams have come through. We've seen Clonturret very impressive, Breda very impressive, you guys impressive, but you're only through to the quarter-final. You've got Dromintee next week. That's a tough one, and you're on the tough side of the draw because 4 Masters and Dungiven in that side as well. I
know, and probably when I was listening to people speaking about the draw, and they're speaking about 4 Masters and Dungiven and how that was so a tough draw and that was a big game, and spoke about other teams, but they sort of forgot the case that Dromintee is also champions at this age, and they beat the Tyrone champions very comprehensively at under 16 level. So to me Dromintee is the favourites for this Ulster Minor Championship. No one else. I'd have them as favourites.
So that'll be a big test next week, but I'm sure you'd be delighted to get a game up at St Paul's.
Yeah, it's good to get out, like 30 days out, like 3 months since we played. 24th of August when we played the Tyrone County final, and I know I was at the game 2 days later, and that Dromintee likewise they played on the Monday night, but they're a super team. Like they're well coached. They're the same coaches from they've been under 8, so we've played them probably over a 9 or 10 year period. So we're familiar with each other.
Well, who's won the most of those?
I would say Dromintee is the lion's share of those now. The lion's share of those.